And it happened. NIO is back down below $5 again. Every time it goes up to 5, it cannot hold. Just sell it once you see $5. And here we are at $4.73. Pump and dump. I've said this in my last video that it just has a hard time staying above $5. Yesterday it went all the way up to $5.49. And then today, of course, it just can't hold. A lot of people lost money on the calls. Look, the 5-strike calls had 30,000 open interest and 12,000 volume traded today. The put side, the 5-strike had 16,000 volume traded today. They are going to report earnings next Friday. I think Li Auto is going to report earnings tomorrow. So see, Friday, March 21st. This is what I expect NIO to do. It's just going to either be flat or sell off. That's what it's been doing for the last, 4 or 5 earnings report. Why? Because they are not profitable. The CEO loves to pump up his stocks, likes to make outrageous predictions, and they never meet them. They're never met. And so, of course, why in the world would NIO even go up if they're not even profitable? I'm actually in NIO, and I was stupid to get into NIO again after losing thousands and thousands of money, thousands and thousands of dollars back in 2022 when the stock went all the way down from 66. Take a look. The stock rallied, and of course, during the pandemic, you can't expect this to go back up to 66. No way, Jose. And then came crashing down to around $12 and then continued to go down to where it's at now. It's just been an ugly chart, ugly few 4 years for NIO. And I don't think anything that has changed, except more people are becoming more delusional, like myself, thinking that this can go back up to 60. No way. This can't even hold $5. So what makes you think this is ever going to go to $60? I just hope they don't go bankrupt, because that would be very ugly. A lot of people would lose a lot of money. It says shares of auto-related companies are trading lower. The sector may be down on overall market concerns amid tariff uncertainty. It's not just NIO. Have you seen Tesla? Wow. I got into Tesla, equivalent to Tesla, TSLL. I'm down over $30,000. My goodness, this is a weekly chart. It's been down almost every single week for the last this will be the 8th week or the 9th week ever since it hit 488. My gosh, 488. Imagine I know people got in around $300, even $400, and now it's below 250. Tesla is a long-term hold, and I know Tesla will continue to make people money in the future. But right now, if you're in it, or if you're thinking about going in, dollar cost average and just hold. Do not buy calls, because think about it. How many times have people lost on calls in the last 8 weeks? People have made money on puts. You would think by now there would be a bounce. But no. Wow, it's crazy. The other day, it went all the way down to 217. The market right now, the U.S. market, is very fragile. Very, very fragile. And yes, be very careful. This is like when when the Chinese market was fragile, like the last few years. I was expecting about to go up, and it just didn't. And you will lose money on calls. Take a look at the calls. It was a lot of puts. Oh, wow, 220, people buying puts. Whoa, look at this. 225, 51,000 volume traded. Even the 230, this is 114,000 people. Ooh, volume traded on that. The call side, wow. Well, not too much on the call side. Definitely more on the puts. Like the 235s, puts 122,000 volume traded. But people are still buying calls left and right. I mean, think about it. If you bought a 240 call, right? These are going for $5. But let's take a look and see what they were just a few days ago. These are worth $26. See how much value it has lost in just a few weeks. So just be very cautious if you're buying any of these EV stocks. I mean, I hope and pray that NIO can go back up to $9 or even $10 or even $7 to where it was back in September. Remember when the whole Chinese market rallied because of some stimulus? What happened to that? But NIO stayed behind. And it's always lagging. So if you have made money on NIO, take profits. Like I said in the past, NIO can only be day traded. You cannot hold this long term, and you cannot buy calls. You cannot swing calls because you will lose massively because you just don't know when NIO will go back up. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think NIO can possibly go to $10 this year?